welcome back to another episode of NFT Artist Spotlight, hosted by AstroZero. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks.
The aspect I noticed about the NFT space is, I feel like charity is really lacking. Where I've had many projects that donate $25,000 to charity. It's a 10,000 project and they make, I don't know, $2.53 million. And in my opinion, I really want to change the mold. So that's why I've kind of launched Minting Miracles, to have a collection which is really charity based.
So your entire collection is 3,000 in total. What made you decide to do a smaller collection as opposed to collections where people are doing like the 10,000 mints?
Yeah, well, I think the main contributor to it is the NFT landscape itself. Right now, it's super hard to sell out of a 10,000 collection. I want to go into something which can be realistically sold out and can actually make a difference, rather than going into something with a 10,000 collection. It doesn't sell out. When people, know something won't sell out, they don't tend to buy, because it doesn't motivate them to make that purchase. Make the mint. And without people minting, we can't fulfill the roadmap. We can't make a real difference. So I feel like 3,000 is a realistic number. It's nice and small. I believe 0.06 ETH is like the magic mint price for me. It's not too high. I don't think it's too low either.
Yeah, myself personally, I do have a little bit more faith initially when I look at a project and they don't have just a static 10K number. I don't know, it's kind of a little off-putting to me, and I also have a thing against whoever has a project like this. I'm sorry, but like when it's like 88887777, I don't know. It just
yeah,
it just seems gimmicky to me. I don't know what it is. But...
Yeah, we're a full exactly 3,000.
Awesome. So the whitelist is closed on it, right? When does your pre-sale and your public sale start?
Yep, the whitelist closed. We have partnered with. We've got about 300 people on the whitelist from the Discord. We've also got 150 from another project called Fluffy Polar Bears. And the pre-sale, we are estimating it to start on the 22nd. Next Wednesday, we're aiming for at the moment.
So you said the floor price is what, 0.06?
Yeah, 0.06 is the mint price.
Okay, what made you decide that was going to be the price that you were going to start at?
Yeah, I've been studying the space for a while now, and I feel, once you get into 0.07, 0.08, it aesthetically, kind of feels as quite a high number. I feel like 0.06 in itself is just kind of a good number. I think 0.05 is too low, and when you really make the difference, for 0.01 ETH, above 0.05, I think I end up something like $20,000-$30,000 extra, and that 0.01 can make a real difference to, what your project can bring in, and, what your roadmap, what you as a project can achieve. I think 0.06 for me is the magic number.
How big is the team that you have working on this? How did you get in contact with them? And how are you guys working together? Do you guys seem to mesh very well?
Yeah, totally. So, a bit of backstory on me. About, I don't know, early 2020, I had a load of kind of shout outs from, all kinds of different people, Anthony Pompolino, all kinds of people. I went on so many podcasts, met so many wonderful people. Going into this project, I wanted to really use those connections which I made over the last year to, create a project which really kind of has that experienced team behind it. We've got a philanthropic advisor who's worked for the Gates Foundation for over 8 years. My co-founder Chris, he's been in finance for over 13 years, and before he was in baseball. So, we've got a team, and also on the team we've got about 4 or 5 other people. We've also built up quite a strong Turkish following as well, as I'm sure many people, from our Discord here, are Turkish. Thanks to a collaboration we did with a fantastic project called Fluffy Polar Bears, we built up quite a substantial Turkish community. So you've got some members from Turkey on the team as well.
Turkish community is huge in cryptocurrency, and
they
get overlooked a lot.
They do. Turkish, Turkish market. The Turkish market is huge. It's severely overlooked. By the NFT space in general, we got a Turkish channel in our Discord server. I do believe Turkey itself is super underlooked. Fluffy Polar Bears community is mostly Turkish. Over 10,000 collection. They sold it in within minutes. I believe it was 5 minutes. And we are really targeting the Turkish community. They're absolutely phenomenal people. They've been so passionate, so active in our Discord server. we have so much appreciation towards them and all our supporters.
It's a very smart business move to go into areas like that. You know, a lot of people think of, when they think crypto, they think either North America or they think Asia, but really, like, when you drill it
It's
down,
Turkey.
Turkey, and like now a huge opportunity is going to be the African community, especially with gasless NFT marketplaces and the amount of artists down there, and there's going to be a big surge of artists that are going to be coming from like the African continent. So yeah, kudos to you for having the business sense to go down there and actually reach out to people. Did you have a little bit of an issue as far as language barrier?
Yeah, we haven't had an issue with the language barrier. You know, I've been using Google Translate a bit in our Turkish channel. You know, most of the Turkish community actually do speak English really well, to be fair. You know, without using Google Translate, you know, they're talking chat very much often. I believe, we absolutely love, I absolutely love people, the Turkish community we've got. They are absolutely fantastic people. The amount of effort, the amount they've created for us. We've got this fantastic art contest going on at the moment inside our Discord server, and they've created some of the most amazing art. Some people be drawing with their bare hands. You know, it's been absolutely amazing. What they've kind of done was a phenomenal art which they've created. And most of the Turkish community do speak English. On the Turkish site, I try to be as active as I can with Google Translate and help people who don't speak English. I think it's important to cater for kind of everyone. And I believe the foreign, there's a great misconception in the NFT market. The whole market's just people who speak English. It's really not. It really is people in the Turkish and African community, which is growing very strongly. And I really appreciate all support of the project, and I really want to help as many people as I can. So I've been taking quite a role in the Turkish channel, talking in Turkish, helping people out. So as a whole community, people more versed than us who are Turkish have been so kind and helping other members out who don't speak English, answering their questions. We haven't really experienced any problems there so far. We've also got some Turkish community members, team members.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, good. So at least you got your bases covered. Congratulations! I saw that you guys just got listed on Rarity Tools. So what's the process that a new person in the NFT space would have to go through in order to get listed on there? Are there certain requirements that have to be met in order for you to qualify for Rarity Tools?
Yeah, Rarity Tools, is notoriously difficult. There are people who I know and who've launched collections who can't get on Rarity Tools' upcoming page. We put a lot of effort into getting onto Rarity Tools. For us, it's extremely important. Rarity Tools is one of the most recognizable websites in the NFT space, and I've been on the 22nd to be on that homepage of the upcoming collection, seeing Minting Miracles. We believe will definitely help us sell some mints. To go on Rarity.tools, we did this massive Twitter raid on our Discord. We had over 150 likes, and I believe it's like 140 retweets, something along those lines to get Rarity Tools' attention. We had to keep pestering them, basically, keep following up. So yeah, it's a really good achievement for us, to be listed on the Rarity Tools upcoming page. The whole team, really happy we were able to get on the page. I can only thank Rarity Tools for that.
Yeah, so for people that aren't really aware, for an NFT project getting listed on Rarity Tools, it's almost comparable to your cryptocurrency being listed on like CoinMarketCap. It's a big deal. So that's very awesome that you were able to get on there. Do you all right, here we go. So with your NFTs that you're putting out, you're going to have it set up somewhat like a governance token where it would be weighted to holders to get more votes incorporated based on their holdings. How strong is your community, and how trusting do you have to be in your community to launch a project like that?
Yeah, 100%. So I think we are not a DAO. I'll be very clear on that. We are definitely not a DAO. By any means. DAOs also come with extreme legal complications, which I've been looking into recently. Minting Miracles, we will Minting Miracles will suggest charities, and your community will help suggest charities. Every month they'll vote on that. It's contracts between more or less everybody involved. Kind of in Minting Miracles, we're just about to, after this call, set up a Genosis wallet, which will be a multi-signature wallet, so no one person can take any funds out of that wallet without other signatures being placed on that from other people who are kind of listed, basically effectively as trustees. Constitution DAO did the same thing. We believe that also adds an extra layer of safety. I personally, the founder, have been doxxed for forever, basically, for every year, 2 years, my face is, when you search up Young Investor on Google, Young Investor 2, my face is everywhere. I'm sure it's not hard to track down where I live if you really wanted to. I think people do trust us for that as well. I really do thank everyone who's supported me along the way. I really do thank for that trust. And yeah, I think there's definitely an element of trust which comes with it. But we'll be giving the holders a choice. So every single month they can go on snapshot.org, see which charities are there for which the holders have suggested, and ones we may found for our philanthropic advisor who's worked for the Gates Foundation for over 8 years. And then they'll be able to vote on which ones they want, and then they'll be free, which are chosen. 100% sold. There'll be 1 ETH each one, so 3 ETH every single month for 2 years to charity.
Now, I'm sure you're aware, you've been in the space for a while, that when you hear cryptocurrency or NFTs and charity, people tend to think of scams and drug pulls. Is that pretty much why you decided to go the doxed approach and let people know exactly who you are, so you actually have a face to doing what you're doing?
Yeah, totally. Before this, I've been very active in kind of the stock world. I've interviewed many people on my YouTube channel. My face is everywhere. I didn't even need to be doxxed. I was already doxxed. I've been doxxed from the very beginning. Everyone's always known my identity. And I also believe at the end of the day, I think the stigma, the problem which comes with a charity-based collection is I have seen to this day, even a few weeks ago when I saw another collection launch, it minted only 500. But the basis of giving to charity seems to be 25%. It's a charity-based collection. I'm giving 25% to charity. In my opinion, it's ridiculous. They are not a charity-based collection. It is basically very greedy people taking a lot of money. Only giving 25% to charity. We're giving, I believe, it's around 63%. So over 60% to charity. The rest is for the whole 5-6 person team, and the developers, the artists, everything which comes with a project.
Yeah, we were talking about that prior to you coming into the room, where you have to really see, in order to have trust, you have to see where these funds are being allocated. I mean, you might be, let's say you donate, for example, $100 to a charitable organization. How much of that 100 is going to where it's really saying it's going to go? I understand that there's such things as like overhead. You do have people that are on the payroll that do have to get paid, but other than that, everything else should be going to the end goal. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't really think about when they donate to a charity. Where is all of these funds going? So do you have like a set allocation page of what percentage is going to go where and to exactly where it's going to go?
Okay, so all the charities will be chosen kind of by the holders. In regards to 63% given to charity, in the future, at 100% sold, we'll be holding community elections. So you'll be able to vote for your different members of our community to have certain roles, which would be paid, but I wouldn't expect to be much overheads in terms of 63%. We're basically giving 95% of that basically to charity, which will be in our community wallet. The rest will be to those leadership positions if we get to 100% sold. I think the founders won't be paid over the course of the 2 years when the donations are made. Also, we'll get some, once the project, has sold. But after that, we won't be taking any money out of the project. 63% will be all to the project for its entirety. Apart from those team members, which will be members of the community, which a community pick, at 100% sold. Apart from that, 100% of those funds will be going to charity over the course of 2 years. The beauty of the model is, I'm sure you'll probably ask this question. What's the difference, between donating to charity, buying Minting Miracles NFT into that? I would say, at the end of the day, if you want to give 100% to charity, you're much better. You can do that. I can't say 100% of 100% of the mid price we go into charity because it's not. We have expenses such as dev and the artists, etc., etc. But I think the beauty of the Minting Miracles model is if I'm in Turkey and there's this place, it's hospital, whatever that may be, and there's somewhere which really needs money, I can go to my community, I can go to the Minting Miracles community and tell them, we've already had this with some other members, with some of these amazing charities which have been suggested that we're looking into right now, that this charity, might be needing funds. They're a fantastic local charity, doing so much good. And when I go and donate $100, let's say, that's $100 to help. But if I can go to Minting Miracles community as a holder and talk about this, and Minting Miracles choose it, they get a $4,000 donation. At the current Ethereum prices, 1 ETH, because there's 3 different charities. I think that's the beauty of it. It allows smaller charities as well, smaller local ones you can come and suggest if you're a holder to really help make an impact in your local community as well.
Have you had a specific problem contacting possible charities that you're gonna donate to as far as accepting cryptocurrency, or is it going to have to be something where you're going to have to switch the money over into like a USDT and then donate it directly through like a check or something like that?
Yeah, we will be functioning as a normal kind of donation partner in one sense. We don't need to talk to charities about donation, because once that happens, take someone like Melinda Gates, for example, people like that, and they donate so much of their wealth to charity each year, and they only ask for an update once or twice a year. They don't actually, tell them, here's what I want my money spent. I want it spent here, 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 not here in your charity. We're not going to be doing that. We're just going to make that straight donation. It does not have to accept cryptocurrency. We are more than happy to put it into USD. We have accounted for kind of the tax implications of that, what our taxes would be at the current time at 100% sold, at 50% and at 30%. So, we're well aware of kind of the tax implications of that. We don't have to accept cryptocurrency for us to donate. We will donate to all charities as long as, they're obviously vetted, so we can make sure they're legitimate.
Graf, you have a quick question for young investor?
Yeah, man, can you hear me okay?
We hear you fine, go ahead.
Oh, good, man. First of all, young investor, props to you, mate. You might be able to tell from my accent I'm from the northeast of England. Sometimes it can be quite a tricky accent to understand. I just want to say, I've got a daughter only 3 years younger than you, and wow, if she could have the drive that you've got at your age, I would be more than proud, mate. If I can just really briefly, quickly mention, I also run a project for charity. I've openly doxed myself. My name's Simon Hetherington, children's author and stand-up comedian. Done a project with the former world heavyweight boxer Frank Bruno. Free project about children's mental health in picture book form. Free access to anyone in the world. But now, recently I've become disabled. So I've started a project in September called the Graph Giraffe Gang. Basically, it's hand-drawn NFTs by myself and other disabled artists. And every NFT that's sold, the money that's raised from each NFT goes straight to that particular artist. And all the royalties goes back to that artist. We also have had guest artists do design rafts. Basically, there's a template of a giraffe we call them rafts, and anyone can come and graffiti one. And the guest artists, their work goes to auction, and that money is put aside for the Disabled Artists Hardship Fund, which is a fund where anyone can hit us up if they're struggling, if they can't pay their bills, can't afford to buy food, because obviously that shouldn't happen in this day and age. So that's what we're doing. And basically, young investor, I would love to hit you up via DMs if that's okay, and have a chat, because at the moment we're just a team of disabled artists who are really, really bad at marketing and pushing our project forward. I've invested so much money into people trying to shill the project and grow the project, and so far the results have been very limited. So I'm struggling on that front. Once again, love what you're doing. I would love to speak to you further if that's something that would be cool.
Yeah, totally. Firstly, thank you for the support. Super interesting project what you've going there. So, I believe, if I'm right on this, I'm a disabled artist and I create wonderful NFT work, and then all those proceeds, go to me. Hit me up on my DMs. More than happy to give you a little bit of advice, non-financial advice on kind of your marketing. But yeah, I believe a lot of these influencers which you pay, with 100,000 followers, and I use this as measurement. I follow more or less everybody who's big in the NFT space. And if I look at 100,000 page and none of them follow it, you know it's not legit. You know it's just bots. I think you got to be very careful, that kind of stuff. So yeah, hit me up on my DMs. I'll try and help you out to the best I can.
Oh, that's super appreciated, man. Like I say, yeah, we have paid various Twitter accounts, done giveaways, give so much away. also had people in Discord to grow our Discord. And yeah, the results that we've yielded haven't been great. But I just also want to say we've got Andrew from Axie Infinity supporting the project. We've got Julian from the Sandbox now on board. We're hoping to get some other big guys on board because they really like the different kind of artists, the art concepts, and the idea behind the fact that it's a project that pays directly towards disabled artists and artists with mental health. So we're always looking for more artists to jump on board and join the project. But more importantly, we desperately need help with marketing and some kind of business savvy people, as we are just introvert artists who sometimes struggle with the business side of the world. But that's much appreciated, mate. I'll definitely send you a DM and thank you again.
Yeah,
hang on. 100%. I can't say, I've got most time in my hands, but I'm more than happy to, give you some bit, some ideas you can work on, some ways you can, market. I think it's all kind of what you're about. I hit you up on the DMs about it. It's all about what kind of your goals are. If I'm honest, you haven't done a bad job. You're at 1.8 thousand Twitter followers. Very, very respectable number. Not many people, are at 1.8 thousand Discord members. You're at over 1.2 thousand Discord members as well. Yeah, just from a quick look, I think it's about more your engagement. I believe is kind of where you're aiming at. So yeah, I think that'd be kind of your main thing. But yeah, hit me up on DMs. I'll give you some free advice. Yeah, I'll give you a little bit of advice on how you can do it.
Hang around after the AMA as well, and get in contact with me, and we'll set up an AMA with you too, Gruff. All right?
Oh, much respect, guys. Much love. Thank you very much. It's sincerely appreciated, guys.
No problem, man. All right, so young investor, going back to what we were talking about, what made you decide to mint on the Ethereum blockchain as opposed to another blockchain?
Yeah, personally, Ethereum is my choice of blockchain. I'm a huge believer in Ethereum, despite the gas prices and all the different issues which can come with it. In general, I'm hoping Ethereum 2, layer 2, really does solve a lot of those problems which many people face. For me, launching on Solana, launching on or even the Polygon network on Ethereum, for me, it never come across my brain. I believe that Ethereum is a place to be. I believe the biggest projects in the space will be on Ethereum. The biggest projects in the space are on Ethereum. My project's on the Ethereum network, which is the thing I only transact on. I transact on Ethereum. Anyway, that's why I have my project on there, because I believe Ethereum is a number one place to be to reach the biggest market. I do believe, though, I will say stuff like Solana right now, yeah, it does have its niche if you're launching a project. It seems to be at the moment with something like Solana, you can, if you market it correctly, you can get a good few sales on it, due to all the recent hype we've seen. But for me, Ethereum is the place to be.
So I see one of them's in the room right now. You got tied in with the guys from the Blue Chimps. How did you go about meeting up with these guys? And did you meet them through one of their Chimp Tank episodes?
Yeah, hey Samson, but yeah, Blue Chimps was an interesting thing for us. They had Shaquille O'Neal on their Twitter space. They did a space just after Shaquille O'Neal came on the space. Very famous person. As you imagine, I believe he's got 15.6 million followers on Twitter. One of the biggest names in the world, Shaquille O'Neal. So we're I'm on the Shaquille O'Neal space. I'm into Blue Chimp. Shaquille O'Neal's on this space. I want to have a bit of FOMO. I come this space after, so me and my co-founder minted Chimp 6 and 16. I got 6 and he got 16. So we were super early kind of in the Blue Chimp story, and I got back to it space, talk for a bit. I hit up the co-founder, NFT Geeks and DMs after, and I just tell him about my project. At that time, I was more, I just like making connections in the space. He asks, would you like Blue Chimps? We love what you're doing. We're looking for a young person to support. And become part of us. We hop on call with them, speak for a fair chunk of time. Him and his co-founder Star Logistics, and yeah, we Blue Chimps gave us a sum of money, and in return, each of the holders will get a free Minting Miracles NFT each, which they'll be able to mint for free, and not just pay the gas on it.
So, are your parents both involved in cryptocurrency, or is this something that you just kind of branched off after you were doing stocks, and or how do your parents actually feel about you being involved in crypto?
Totally. My dad is in stocks and crypto, and he actually got an after me. I actually persuaded him to get in the stock market. He's got a little bit of crypto. My parents are very lucky. They're very, very supportive. I do mean that sincerely. They let me have all the time. I need to do all this kind of stuff. I really do appreciate them. They've been absolutely wonderful. Very supportive parents. I'm very lucky to have them. I think for me, they always just give me support. Don't ask anything of me. They just always give me support in everything I've ever done in my life. When I was young, I was like trading coins. All that kind of and all the stuff which came with that. I was like 9 years old, and I had I was just trading coins back and forth. These little 50p coins I used to find and go down to the post office with, and all kinds. That's another story. But yeah, they've always been supporting everything I've done, and yeah, I think they just think it's quite cool. And I'm very grateful for them to give me all the time I need to kind of go create awesome things like minting miracles.
So I saw that you're getting a little bit involved into the metaverse as well with this project. On your Discord, it said something about an acquisition from properties NFTs. What's your plan with this, and where is it going to go?
Yeah, for me, the metaverse is a very interesting place. We see Nike, we see all these amazing brands get involved in the metaverse. It's because there's such a low cost involved. I can go sell a metaverse piece of clothing as Nike for $500, $600. But I can sell a piece of Nike, a clothing or footwear for, $50, $60. And I don't have to have any of the supply logistics involved in it. And I think that's the beauty of kind of metaverse. So many companies which are going to be getting involved and really spreading, the world of the metaverse, really getting more of their people involved. I believe Sandbox is really the next era of kind of digital real estate. Minting Miracles acquired a properties NFT. It's a beautiful kind of tower which we acquiring. We'll have it in a 6x6 plot in the Sandbox, which properties NFT own. And we brought that as well. Have a nice little building in the Sandbox. It's kind of a little headquarters for us. In the future, 100%. So we may be looking into possibly getting something a lot bigger, kind of in the Sandbox. I believe the floor for getting involved in the Sandbox is about 3.3 ETH. Last time I checked this morning, if you want to buy a piece of land.
So you're more of a sandbox kind of guy than a Decentraland kind of guy.
Yeah, I'm not be honest. I haven't really played much, but I'm kind of more of a sandbox guy. For me, it's not necessarily a huge kind of thing. I hate Decentraland. I feel like just in general, sandbox is kind of just more kind of a bit more popular. I like what they're doing there. I feel like sandbox is going in a really cool direction. They've also been very well in kind of communicating with influencers, and having people like Snoop Dogg involved. Cosmo Democracy. In my eyes, Sandbox is kind of the place I want to be. A bit like Ethereum.
All right, so we're going to run through the roadmap real quick. I really don't want to keep you too long. You said you had some plans later, so we're going to go rapid speed. You ready? Lightning round. So 10%, 10% of your sales. Once you sell through 10% of your project, you're going to airdrop 10 Charity League heroes to holders. How does your selection process work here?
Yeah, we'll be using a randomizer. Our developers are very good with everything with randomization. We've got a special randomizer which we're going to be making, which will release us 10,000 addresses. It'll all be filmed in the issue of transparency for everybody to see who the winner will be. So yeah, we're going to have a kind of randomizer which will be streamed live. The 3,000 NFTs, 1 to 3,000, and one random 10 or random numbers will be picked, and we'll be giving them 10 Charity League heroes.
All right.
10 heroes.
I'm sorry. At 25%, you're going to do a 4 ETH donation based on your partnered project's charity of choice.
Yes.
Who are some of the partners that you have involved, and how'd you go about collaborating with them?
Yes, my co-founder Chris, he has got an amazing connection with these wonderful people called the Fluffy Polar Bears. They are one of the biggest Turkish. They're basically the biggest Turkish NFT project, and we were able to set up a wonderful collaboration with them. I'm going to paste that to kind of at the top of our screen for everyone to see that kind of collaboration we did. We gave away over 150 whitelist spots. This project, they are notoriously hard, I will say, to get some sort of collaboration with us. So very, Chris put a lot of time for an effort for them. They're unlike a lot of projects. They really, helped us out. We're loyal and helped us out with that. So very grateful to Fluffy Polar Bears, and we'll be donating an amount to possibly the Polar Bear Foundation to help polar bears in Antarctica. And we're going to be looking for other projects. So we currently also partner with Secret Society of Wales, which we did give away with on their in their kind of Discord, which is also amazing. So we're looking to make a donation to possibly save the whales or something like that. I believe, partnering with these projects and giving that donation really creates a long-term partnership with these projects. And, makes everyone happy. It's not just a giveaway. It's not just a giveaway. It's actually creating a partnership with these projects and a relationship.
Are you putting royalty percentages into your NFTs in order to have a continuous flow of money back into these charities in your
Yes.
community? What's
Yeah.
the percentage that you're going to be building in?
Yes, there's will be royalty will be at 5%. Part of the agreement with the developers is a certain percentage that will actually just go to developers, as part of our contract. But apart from that, it's 100%. The rest of the royalties will go directly into community wallet, and then hopefully we can continue those charitable donations, build that all up over the course of 2 years, and continue to donate even further with 2 years. Those royalties.
Do you have any type of strategy to increase your floor?
Yeah, I believe at the end of the day we're charity based. We're not going to be one of the projects which is all floor orientated. I don't believe that's the mission of this project, and I don't believe that should be the focus. Our focus should be helping people with charity. I believe at the end of the day, who wouldn't want to be involved in it? It's a charity based project. I do believe it kind of speaks for itself. How we market it. Of course, in the future, in our community elections, we'll be looking to bring on a head of marketing that our community will vote, the community will suggest. So yeah, we will be most probably at 100% still bringing the head of marketing. A passionate member of our community. But yeah, I think our focus, isn't the floor. It's about giving back and really helping people.
At the 50% mark, you're going to start donating. It says 5/8 donation to educational charities. How important do you think it is that blockchain technology, NFTs, and cryptocurrency gets incorporated into our educational system throughout the world?
Yeah, I think it's hugely important. Something like I believe it's overlooked. Crypto in Africa, can really help a lot of people because you don't need to be in a certain location. There's no restrictions, kind of borderline, to create an Ethereum wallet, to create a crypto account. At kind of the end of the day, and I also believe, I will be clear, we're not just focusing with that donation over $20,000 that Ethereum prices. It won't just be to blockchain. It won't be, most probably will not be to a blockchain kind of education. We actually want to help people. The cycle of poverty is, it's the housing, it's the education, there's the kind of healthcare. It's kind of this circle of poverty, which keeps people in poverty. When you break it with kind of the education side, you give donations to and help these education charities break one of the cycle, which is keeping people in poverty, allows people to really better themselves and get out of poverty. I was watching an interesting video of Bill Gates talking about that today himself on another YouTube channel. See, I think that's quite important. It's really about breaking the cycle of poverty. I believe education is one of the key things to do that. I believe education, when you give people education, it allows them to get a job, get a better job, really better themselves. And I think that's breaking the poverty cycle.
At 75%, you're going to be releasing your merchandise store. What type of merchandise offerings are you going to have for the holders, and are only holders going to be exclusive to buying this merchandise? I know 100% of it's going to be the proceeds are going to be reintroduced into the community. Can somebody that's not a holder buy one of these pieces of merchandise?
Yes. So we are actually already basically kind of secured our merchandise partner. If we do go to 75% sold, our co-founder Chris, got some little merchandise drop today. I got some hoodies. So yeah, we'll definitely deliver on that. The designs will be possibly some one-on-one special designs exclusively for those 1,000 t-shirt bags, hoodies, etc., etc. We a limited drop. There'll be any more after that. There'll be no more. The same design after that drop. And we're still deciding on whether it's going to be to holders. I'm expecting it would be to holders only to be able to get that merchandise. But yeah, at the end, I do believe, merchandise is an extra form of revenue to boost our community wallet and boost our charitable donations. And 100% of those proceeds will go to charity, to our charity, community wallet.
And then finally, at the sellout point, once everything sells, you're going to be establishing your community leaders. What exactly does this entail for people, and are you going to be doing some sort of community hierarchy with this person's in charge of this person's in charge of that? How is that going to work?
Yeah, we have some amazing community members right now. And, I feel if a community member got a job, most probably be part-time, there'll be different roles for example. Somebody's head of marketing, somebody's head of community relations, etc., etc. We'll decide that with our holders. There'll be certain set responsibilities, for people who are, trainers and buyers. Obviously, we'll do an interview process with them. Holders will, talk about, who they want, and we'll kind of put nominations in.
Do you have any intentions to incorporate some sort of gaming aspect into this eventually?
We are definitely looking at Sandbox. Sandbox land is 3.3 ETH right now, I believe, or 3 ETH, or whatever it was last time I checked. It's definitely going to be affordable for us at 100% sold. Right now it's not number one priority, but definitely going to be exploring avenues with that in the future.
let's say somebody goes and they, let's say they purchase one of your NFTs, and 2 months down the road they decide that they're going to sell it on a secondary market, and it gets purchased by somebody else. Does the new purchaser of that specific NFT lose their governance vote? Does it get burnt? And do they lose privileges, or do they inherit the privileges of the original owner?
They inherit the privileges. The original owner who sold will no longer get those privileges to be able to vote on what charities they want for us to donate to. They won't be burned. And when you buy one off a secondary market, obviously I believe burning it would make no secondary market like at all. There'd be no point for somebody to buy a collection. You would, if you buy on the secondary market, you will then get those voting privileges. You'll be able to put those charity forward, forward to our community.
That's awesome. So do any other kids in your school, are any other kids at school involved in NFTs, or are you pretty much like the OG pioneer of your school right now?
The OG, I'm the OG.
So when you try to explain to people what you're doing in your school, do they kind of look at you like, what's this guy talking about?
People know what NFTs are in schools, believe it or not. It's because of TikTok. The TikTok trends, the screenshotting NFTs is viral. People actually know what an NFT is in my school. I don't need to explain to them. They have a very bare minimum understanding, but they actually understand what it is. There's, I was framed in their mind, a stupid pixel picture selling for, a ton of money, which I can just screenshot. There's loads of memes on my screen. People talk about screenshotting NFTs. It's more widely known than you would think. Way more widely known. 1 month ago, nobody even knew what it was. 2 months ago, and now everyone knows because of TikTok. And that is what shows social media has done.
The crazy thing about it is, once kids your age really start getting into this space and they start really getting some traction, they're going to be the breadwinners in their family. They're going to be making crazy amounts of money, more money than their parents. I just think that's so exciting.
Yeah, 100%. I've made a good amount of money, in the NFT space. It definitely makes it makes you interesting how how it's happened in terms of wealth. The NFT space right now is in the cycle that people can make an absolute ton of money. When the market's not more bullish, you can launch a 10,000 collection and it'd be pretty bad. You can launch a pretty bad 10,000 collection and it's set out, and the market is made a lot more difficult now. But because of the way the NFT market is, it's made for extraordinary wealth to be gained by people to make life changing money.
Well, that's what I always stress. The wealth allocation in the world is going to change a lot, because now people in poorer countries where they didn't have an opportunity to get schooling at a young age, and let's say they had to go into the workforce at your age or even younger to help support their family, now they could go and they could sell a few NFTs for 0.3 ETH, 0.2 ETH, and the next thing you know, they're supporting their family for a month. So things are really going to start changing up very soon, and I'm glad that we have pioneers like you that are really showing kids your age, like, look what I could do. I have the strength to do something. I could help my family. I may not be somebody that's good to work in the coal mine or something like that, but I could do something on here and make a difference.
Yeah, 100%. The NFT space has no borders. For where you are in the world, there's no borders. That's the beauty of crypto. You don't need to be in New York. You don't need to be in whatever place. You can do it all online, and I think that's the beauty of the space.
Yeah, a lot of times, when people wanted to make it, they would have to go and fly to Los Angeles or to Hollywood,
Yeah.
and you would pursue a career in, let's say, whatever you want to do, because you had to go to a major city. Now somebody that's in the middle of nowhere that has only satellite internet could actually make a huge ton of money, sitting in their mountain village with spotty electricity.
Yeah, 100%. I believe in general with the youth, it's quite hard for a lot of people to get involved in space, due to gas, but I'm hoping Layer 2 brings that down and makes it a lot more accessible for people to get into the NFT space.
So have you done any community giveaways, or are you thinking about doing any community meetups with your holders?
Yeah, we are planning to in real life meetups. We do a lot of giveaways. We give away $300, $400 a day in our Discord. Different invite challenges, different just flash giveaways. We give away whitelist spots, we give away heroes. It's thanks to Blue Chimps we have that, financing to be able to do an insane amount of giveaways. So join the Discord. we have given away over $10,000 worth of prizes already. Our pre-sale party will be insane. If you mint during pre-sale, you get the opportunity to win a Deadfellows NFT. There's a chance to win $5,000 in ETH, 10 fluffy polar bears, and 10 Secret Society of Wolves. That'll be all to people who only minted the pre-sale. So we are lucky to have the financing. We'll give away over $10,000 worth of prizes in a pre-sale party.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. A lot of value going away to the people that believed in the early project.
Yeah, 100%.
What type of career do you want to pursue once you finish up your schooling?
I don't see myself. I would like to kind of work for myself. That's kind of how I rock. But yeah, I think it's all kind of up when I leave school. At the end of the day, I'm only 13, so I haven't really planned that far yet.
That's cool. I think it's important that you have to be a kid too. Keep that in mind. I know you're getting into business early, but you have to enjoy your life too, and
100%.
That's a really important thing. But I really do admire what you're doing, and you have a good head on your shoulders, and you're doing something that's really admirable that a lot of people don't know how to do. They don't have the direction to do it, and more importantly, they don't have the heart to do it. So I want to thank you for coming out here and talking to us. If anybody has any questions for Young Investor, feel free to shout them out if you're in the box here. If you want to give a shout out, or if you want to come up here, just raise your hand and I'll get you up here.
Yeah, totally. I've got a few minutes left. If you want to ask some questions, here's the time. But yeah, thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. No questions? No comments?
No, I don't think there is anyone.
All right. So, how are you with Etherscan? And is your dev teaching you how to code?
Yeah, so in a sec, after this call in a few minutes, we're going to be setting up a Genosis wallet. Etherscan, I use Etherscan all the time for sending people transaction hashes. I'm not a great coder myself, I will say. I do try to understand it a lot. I feel like it's very important to understand, very important to, understand what people are saying to you. And, not just wander around, in your head. It's important to take everything in. Because at the end of the day, you won't be successful in this space. You have to take it all in because there is so much information being consumed, so many different things happening. But yeah, I think we use Etherscan for is, unlike a lot of projects, a lot of projects send prizes out weeks after. We send them out within, as soon as we get the address, we send out prizes which people have won. I think that's also served as well. In terms of our marketing, I know Draft Gang, was talking about asking about marketing, also, when you do send prizes, send it out immediately. Don't wait. I've had problems, I've been stupid enough to do that in the past. Don't wait. Just send it out when they win it. Send out to them. When you get an address, send. Because that it gives people so much trust because they know you'll send the prizes which they actually win.
So before we wrap up, once again, let everybody know when your public sale is going to be.
Yeah, free sales on the 22nd, then the public sale should be on the 23rd.
Okay, and is there anything that I've missed that you'd like to tell the people in the room here?
No, I don't think there is. I just want to thank everyone for coming and listening to me. I just really appreciate everyone for all the support we've been given. It is insane, and I thank everyone so much from the bottom of my heart.
Well, you got a really good head on your shoulders, and you got a really good heart, and I just want to wish you the best of luck. The project is mintingmiracles.io. The public and pre-sale are starting up very soon, so please check them out. Everything is going to legit charity organizations. And if you want to do something good for this holiday season, go and buy an NFT. Zach, I want to thank you a lot. Congratulations to your parents as well for raising such a young man.
Yeah, and thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. And sorry, I cut out a bit then. Sorry, someone came to the room, but thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all these spaces. The community's been fabulous to me ever since I've gotten involved in this space, and I cannot describe my appreciation to every single person. I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. I really do appreciate everyone.
Thanks a lot, Zach, and good luck, and I wish you luck with the rest of your day with whatever you're doing. I know you had to rush out of here, so thank you again,